Okay, so I will be talking about my Cyberpunk experience in more detail and kind of giving my own personal review on the game, which is gonna sound really egotistical and really on my ass, but I feel like it's the review that you should listen to. I know it sounds very, very up my own ass, but um, I am confident in my opinion based on Cyberpunk, and there's no gonna be no bias shit in there. Like I know the game has some bugs, but I say that, but IGN recently posted a review for Cyberpunk on the PS4 and Xbox One version. Now I am currently playing it, and having fun on it on the PS4 version, on the base PS4, no PS4 Pro. And I can say, yeah, there was a couple, not anything big game breaking or anything eye catching, but like there were some visual glitches in terms of like the pavement on the ground or like on a single um part of the building. And there was also I've had experienced game crashes. Three times before the hot patch, and I think like once after the hot patch, and then like two of them were just freezes. But to be fair, I was in like a very, very fucking chaotic fight, so I'm really not surprised. Any game really would fucking freeze at that, not just Cyberpunk. But despite that, and since it's going to be improved, it's going to get fixed. Um, City Project Red has already issued like an apology and full refunds and all that shit, and they are doing everything they can to make sure that the base PS4 and Xbox One can function properly. So they're taking responsibility, which is really good, and I don't think fans should criticize them too much. Don't get me wrong, it is kind of it's really like it leaves an unsettling feeling, but they are taking action, and that's something that should be acknowledged. But if I had to rate the game, I feel like I'd rate it a fucking 6. And that's the same review I would give that I did give actually for Last of Us 2. Everything about Last of Us 2 was great except for the story. And I believe that everything in Cyberpunk was great except for the bugs. While they haven't affected me massively, because I've dealt with bugs and glitches and screen freezing growing up playing video games, it's definitely not the worst thing that I've ever played when it comes to crashing and shit. But it is a problem, and I do think a 6 is a fair. On PS4 and Xbox One, I feel like a 6 out of 10 is a fair one. It's definitely a fair review. IGN said, "No, fuck that. We are going to give this a 4 out of 10 and say it's the most unplayable piece of shit." And here's a screenshot of a chick looking like from a PlayStation 2 era. Like, while that can happen, I'm not denying that it can't. It is extremely, extremely misinformed. Not every playthrough or version of the game is going to be like that. None. I've seen people who experience that kind of shit, but then I see some people on PS4, like the first early model of the PS4, and they're fucking fine. They're cruising. It looks wonderful, beautiful. They're having a good time with it. So, it really all depends on the person. Everyone has unique experiences and unique glitches on it. So, I'm kind of annoyed that IGN, even though their reviews are fucking scummy, especially since I'm pretty sure the person who reviewed for like the next gen and PC Cyberpunk, Kelly whatever, is the same chick who said, who gave Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire a 7 out of 10 because of too many gems, which is a fucking given in a Pokemon game, especially at that time, and too much water. The generation, the region, based off of land and water has too much water. I can't take that. I can never take that chick seriously. Ever in my life. Especially when she didn't even play the fucking game. She didn't do any customization, or didn't try and go out and get clothes, or do any of the missions, or try do the side quest, any of that. Like, no. I'm not listening to that. But I don't know, 4 just seems much. I still think for what Cyberpunk is right now, and only taking the PS4 and Xbox One into consideration, I feel like a 6 is a very fair score. 4 is just trying to make it a lot worse than it actually is, and they need to consider that not everyone's going to have those same issues. So basing that off your issues alone is kind of misleading, because I didn't have those issues. I know other people that did, but I know other people that didn't. So automatically it's kind of very vague and just doesn't sound right. I'm not defending Cyberpunk, because it definitely does have some problems, but the difference is, I will admit when it has problems, and when those problems just straight up become situational shit. And to me, the experiences that the people who reviewed it for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are very, very situational, that only happen to like maybe around 100 people, or maybe even a bit more. But other than that, that's just what I think. I will be talking and reviewing about Cyberpunk and my experience about it soon. I don't know when. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, or good night, or good evening. And if I don't post a review soon, then Merry Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. And I'll catch you guys later. Wow, yeah, I haven't done this. It's been a while, but yeah, laters.